My name is Steve Finch. I'm the plant manager here at the GM Powertrain engine plant, and we make a wide variety of engines for GM vehicles at this location. We are in Tonawanda, New York, and it's a suburb of Buffalo. Niagara Falls is a great landmark for people that might not be familiar with the area. Now we have 4 identical modules that we use to make the blocks in, all in the same equipment, all utilizing the same process, and it's all programmed depending upon what we want to run in any particular given day. We take raw castings for blocks, heads, and cranks. We do all of the finished machining here at this location for the block and the head. The crank is completely machined here at this location. So we machine those major components, and then we take them along with all of the other engine components and parts and assemble them together into a completed unit. When the world turns over to V8s, we'll be ready. If gas prices go through the roof and V6s become more popular, we can produce it right on this very same equipment. So we've got a tremendous amount of flexibility and range to be able to produce whatever the market needs right here in Tonawanda. The process here includes all of the fine machining operations that it takes to produce the finished block. The final cylinder bores are bored and honed here. We then do all of the finished machining, which includes drilling all the holes, final boring of all of the bearing surfaces, and we do all of that machining in this location. All total across the plant, we have about a workforce of about 1,800 employees, about 350 employees per shift that it takes to build the engine. Roughly about 100 of those are in the assembly operation. I'd say roughly about 60 to 70 in the machining operations. The machining operations are pretty highly automated, whereas the assembly has much more manual content. For the engine that goes into the Corvette and Camaro and the full-size truck, the V8 engines, we make about a little over 1,500 a day. On the 4-cylinder engine side, we make about 1,100 a day. And so if you look at our total volume for the year, last year was a little bit north of 600,000 engines.
So it comes over here, and this is kind of like where we give it the birth certificate. That block, when it gets loaded to the assembly line, we then give it a serial number and a suffix type, and that's when we say you're going to be a Corvette engine or your truck engine or whatever, and it's dependent on the type of block. We have a data bolt that tracks all the information on the blocks and the heads. We have something similar over here, but it's on the pallet, an RF tag, and we record all the data onto that tag, and then when the engine's built, we save all that. So if we ever have to go back and look up a torque on an engine, or cold test data, or any of that kind of stuff, we can go back.
Looking at right behind me is the block machining operation. So it's where we take the cast blocks that takes the block from station to station. And then overhead, you can see the robots know all of that. So they know which machines have to process which blocks for whichever models that we're doing. And so they progressively move down the line all the way to the other end where a finished block comes out.
And so we brought the 2016 Camaro, and it's
Thank you very much.
Surrounded by your employees.
The majority of the people that work in this plant love what they do. They love the process of being able to put together the engine and know that it's the entity that makes them go. In fact, that's our slogan, we make them go.